Hello there. I've often been asked, how did I know the right time to sell my property portfolio in the UK was around end of 2005-06? How did I know to get out of stocks and go into gold and silver long before it was really more popular? What was it that made me do that? Well, I'm somebody who loves to use my left brain very much. I'm always looking at data, information, Fibonacci curves, indices, news, everything that's coming in. I'm always looking at the logical, rational side. But I have another part of me that I use equally in all my business and financial transactions. Everything that I do is my right brain, and that's my intuitive side. If something doesn't feel right and smell right, then I've got to trust it. So, and let me tell you, I've been offered many deals that look so good on paper, marvellous. But boy, something didn't feel right in my gut. And I was later proved right that I really shouldn't have gone into those deals, and I trusted my gut, and boy, am I glad I didn't. So what was it that I was seeing? Well, what I was seeing was, how could nations keep building up more and more debt indefinitely? As a mortgage broker and a financial advisor at the time, I was seeing such irresponsible lending from the banks. Do you know, they were even allowing loans to unemployed people who had just no money at all other than their employment pay to borrow $500,000 homes that they had no hope of ever paying back. So this had to have some consequences down the line, and I felt very uncomfortable with what I saw was going on. That brings us to now. What am I seeing now that I feel really uncomfortable with? Well, I feel incredibly uncomfortable that we have a nation that's insolvent, the United States, borrowing money from a financial system that is insolvent, and then bailing out financial institutions that are insolvent. To me, I can't get my head around that, and it really doesn't make sense. Something's wrong in the state of Denmark. And while I feel this, I'm very protective about my assets and those assets of my clients. I'm very protective and very careful. And let's face it, the media, they want us to try to find a bottom. Oh, we're nearly there. It's nearly the end. We're coming through it. I'm seeing a greater collapse, another wave of bailouts, another wave of failures. So what I'm wanting to say to you here is, really think for yourself. We've been programmed so strongly to trust our governments, our banks, the people in charge. Well, you know what? You're in charge of your life. The thing to do is this: get yourself informed. Read books. You might want to read my book, Handbook for Surviving the Global Financial Crisis. It's a small book, easy, fits into your pocket, carry it around. It's got lots of checklists and information in. It's suddenly become popular. It's available on Amazon if you want to get it, or on my website. But more than that, just keep yourself informed. Not only that, but trust that inner voice. And if something's telling you something's not right, there were many people who've now said, Bernie Madoff, if only they'd trusted their instincts, if only they'd realised that, you know, they hadn't felt quite good about the investor returns. Something hadn't felt right. And boy, they'd be in much better shape had they moved their money out and listened to that little voice inside their head. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. Please listen to that voice. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.